What's up, gear immortals? Trey, Xavier here. Today I wanted to bring your attention to a cool little piece of gear that I've been playing with a bunch recently and is coming out really soon, or actually by the time you see this video may already be out. I got sent this sort of innocuous looking little box from a company called Casa Distortion, which is the brainchild of this guy Scott Eric Oliver, who you may know from such artists as Michael Jackson and Van Halen, and a whole host of others. He's a producer and an engineer. Started working on electronics at a very young age, pulling them apart, figuring out what they could do. And so here we are many years later, and he's sent this very cool device over. Seems like the idea is kind of low-hanging fruit, really. It's kind of like a Reamp box, but it's specifically designed to integrate analog pedals or digital pedals, really, any kind of an external source into your signal chain within your digital recording universe. In short, it's basically a pedal reamp box. So if you know how a reamp box works for your for a guitar amplifier, it's basically similar in that it allows you to take a signal from your DAW and out of your interface and then do stuff to it and then send it back to record the affected signal. But this is specifically made to work with pedals of various kinds. So it's essentially adds a big loop to your computer. So it's got, an input jack that takes your signal out and then sends it to all the pedals, and then it goes through your pedals, blah, 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 back to the return, and back out here and back into your interface, into your DAW, and now you can record the signal that you've affected. Now, that might not seem like that cool of a thing, or maybe not that hard, maybe you've done that before, but there's a couple reasons that this is great. Number one, you have to get the right impedance when you're working with guitar pedals and stuff. It can really degrade your signal. You won't get the sound the way it's supposed to be, and unless you're changing the impedance at certain points in the chain. This takes care of all of that for you. Second of all, it's got these knobs, which are integral to the whole idea, because if the signal going out is too hot or not hot enough, you can basically boost it or cut the signal a bit to get the desired effect. So when a signal is hitting your pedals a certain way, really hard, not hard enough, you can go ahead and just crank it up or down, basically juice the pedals more or less. And then the return allows you to, so if you boost the shit out of it basically and it's coming in too hot, you can take it down with the return knob. The focus, from what I understand, that was the one I was a little hazy on. I think it's basically like a buffer, a variable buffer sort of. I don't know, but I think that has to do with if you've got a really long signal chain, a lot of pedals or something, and you don't have a buffer in there, you can use that. So I've been using this a ton. It's gold, really. I mean, the ability to stick an overdrive pedal or something right into your signal chain and be able to record the affected signal right back into Pro Tools is amazing. For instance, we've got the new Dark Glass Electronics B7K Ultra that we've been using on all the bass stuff, and rather than having to record it with the signal on and then not being able to change it later, I record a DI, run it just through the dark glass afterwards, sit there and tweak with the tone until I like it, and then record that. And that's basically our bass sound. I mean, which without this, it would be a much bigger pain in the ass. So if you're into recording, if you've got a home studio, and especially if you like to tweak with pedals, I mean, it's not just for guitar, bass, whatever. You can put, you could put your drums through your favorite pedal like this. Like you could put a snare drum through like a distortion pedal or a phaser or something if you wanted. So I highly recommend you check it out. Casa Distortion PEDALpUNK is what it's called. It's very distinctive with this little tube guy with a smiley face. So I can't really demonstrate it, obviously, because it doesn't really have a sound. Although supposedly you can use it as kind of an overdrive or a distortion pedal. If you really crank it up, you can overdrive the circuits inside of it. But if you want, but obviously it doesn't really need a demonstration to prove its usefulness. So definitely check it out if you get a second. And thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe for more reviews and original content. And I'll catch you later.